Hey everyone, in this section, let's look at a pure monopoly demand curve which is downward sloping, unlike a perfectly competitive firm's demand curve. Take a look at these numbers and please do not get confused. You see, when the price is going down, quantity is going up. So the monopolist, if it wants to sell more, it has to lower the price of its product. Next, look at the price and marginal revenue numbers. Price is equal to marginal revenue when output is equal to 1. For all successive units of output, the price is greater than marginal revenue. The next thing to notice here is the total profit. I'm using the total revenue and the total cost approach. So looks like the maximum profit in this example is 140. And this happens when the monopolist produces 5 units of output. Now, let me show you the monopoly demand curve and how to compute marginal revenue. So the marginal revenue is equal to change in total revenue over change in output. So when the monopolist is producing 3 units, is charging a price of 142. When the monopolist is producing 4 units, it's charging a price of 132. Now, what's the total revenue in each of these cases? So, when the monopolist charges 3 units, the total revenue is 426. Monopolist produces 4 units, the total revenue is 528. So, remembering these numbers here, so this one is 426, this one is 528. So the marginal revenue is change in total revenue, that is 528 minus 426 over change in quantity produced. So the change in quantity is from 3 to 4. So the denominator is 1. The marginal revenue in our example is 102. Okay. So hope that made sense. And next I'm going to look at the monopolist production in the elastic section of the demand curve. So take a look at this graph here. I have the price and total quantity on the top, and on the bottom I have the total revenue and total quantity graph. So I have a demand curve, I have a marginal revenue curve. So because price is greater than total revenue when the output is more than 1 unit, the marginal revenue curve will always be below the demand curve. So I know that when price goes down, total quantity produced goes up. Now, from the concepts on the chapter on elasticity, we have an elastic demand curve, and when price goes down, total revenue goes up. And for an unit elastic demand curve, price goes down, total revenue is the same. And for an inelastic demand curve, price is down, total revenue is also going to go down. So looking at this graph here, looks like this part, the top part of the demand curve is elastic. At the middle, the demand curve becomes unit elastic, and the bottom part of the demand curve is inelastic. The total revenue curve, if you look at this curve here, this keeps increasing on the elastic part of the demand curve, reaches a maximum, stays the same on the unit elastic part of the demand curve. On the inelastic part of the demand curve, the total revenue keeps going down. So inelastic part, when price keeps going down, definitely the total revenue will also go down. So the monopolist will never produce on the inelastic part of the demand curve, because the monopolist would always like the total revenue to go up. So this is the part where the monopolist is interested in producing, the elastic part. In elastic part, because the total revenue is going down, the monopolist is never interested in producing in this part of the demand curve. Alright, that's it with elasticity and monopoly demand curve. Thank you.